This all started around March or so that I obtained some peyote. I tried it out thinking it would be some fantastic trip with just hallucinations and goofy hippie shit like that, but no, I was unaware of the power peyote can have on me. I had absolutely no knowledge about drugs. Hell, I haven't even smoked weed prior to the time I did this. No shit. My friend was supposed to try this with me, but his dumbass went to sleep. He came over for a visit and took 2 tablespoons and stayed up for a little bit. It wasn't affecting us, so he just crashed. I tried to tell him give it some time, but he just went to sleep, which pissed me off. I started playing the PS2 to kill time for a while. I played a little of MGS2, then I felt this rush of energy, and I just thought it's coming on. I quit playing for a while and just sat down for a while, got some cool. 8 a.m. when I started playing the game again, it sounded very different. All the electronic beeping sounds sounded slowed down, kinda like down an octave, like a flat note. I paused the game and wondered if the stereo was on the fritz, then I reset it. It sounded really scary. I just turned it off and my parents told me to go to bed because I promised to go to church the next morning. I tried going to sleep, but I just couldn't sleep. I didn't feel weird or high or anything. My thoughts had more meaning to them. I was lying there still awake, and I started to get nauseated and real dizzy. I went to the bathroom to puke. I puked hard. My brother came out of his room and asked if I was okay. I told him I was just sick, and he asked me if I wanted the trash can by my bed, and I said yes. Talking to him was very comforting. Talking to anyone would have been comforting. I told him to stay and talk longer. I told him I had got awful nightmares, and he did stay for a few minutes. My dad woke up and asked if I was okay. I said I just felt a little ill. He just told me to drink some water, and I did. I felt the world better. They went back to sleep for a while. Capital I. Just laid in my bed, I closed my eyes and I started to see thoughts take a visible image. Just thoughts that manifested themselves upon me involuntarily. I started to think about this one girl never pay any recognition to. Her face popped up and then she turned into like some skeleton that resembled a bug but still retained her facial image. It was letting out some eerie low screech. Yes, it was a low screech. This scared the living shit out of me. I ran to the bathroom and I looked at the mirror and my face was all contorted and didn't look right. I got real scared and started praying to God. This comforted me a little, but every time I looked into the mirror, I just looked strange. I still looked the same, but I could see myself as I really was. It was like my inner beauty was surfacing. I never noticed how many pimples I had, how oily my skin was, or how crappy I looked. I never thought highly of myself, but man, just when you thought you couldn't look any worse. This all scared me deeply, and I just prayed asking for it to end. I tried playing some more games, but the games were just too intense and took on a whole new meaning that wasn't appealing to me. Just when I turned it off, my dad asked if I could keep it down. I said okay, and my friend woke up and I told him how hard I was tripping. He really didn't seem to be fascinated, which seemed really odd to me. We started talking for a while and I begged him to not go back to sleep. But he was being all bitchy and threatened me, and I told him to chill out. He did. He was just cranky from waking up. He didn't seem to realize the seriousness of the situation. It wasn't affecting him enough, peyote that is. He gave me some sleeping pills and told me to chill out. I was afraid to take them for fear that they would fuck me up even more. But he said they wouldn't, and he wouldn't give me anything that would kill me. I took his word for it and took them. He went back to bed. I laid down for what seemed like hours. New songs of different genres played in my head. They sounded out of this world. I didn't like it. I looked at my hand under the covers and it looked very odd. It terrified me cause it started bleeding. I looked away immediately cause it seemed so real. I knew it was a hallucination. I started telling myself of how stupid I was for even wanting to try this. The effects were starting to taper off and I got tired and slept. I didn't see any crazy geometric patterns or any of the crazy stereotypical bullshit I thought I would achieve if I took any psychedelic. It was more of a mind game that my curiosity had to pay the consequences for. The setting and mindset was all wrong. If I could change this trip, I would have done it during the day, in nature, away from any electronics and tripping with someone else, and reduce my dosage. After this experience, I have come to respect drugs and learned to not be so damn naive. I finally got over what happened to me. If it happened again, I could handle the situation a lot better since I have become a billion times more educated on the matter.